All right, we'll move on here now. For obviously the combine was last week. It's one of my favorite times of the year. We're going to give our couple kind of combine standouts. And then obviously we're going to give the guys who shit the bed there too. So I guess we'll combine in the zone and the red players.
Yeah.
They'll throw back to the in-season segments.
I think we both have a couple for each category here. So, I mean, we can
but
get on this for a little bit. I mean, there was a couple obvious winners and there's a couple obvious losers.
Yeah. I think I got 4 or 5 for 4 or 5 for both.
So my first one here, I'm going to go with a winner, but then I'm going to follow it up with a loser if you don't mind, because it kind of goes hand in hand.
We'll just go back and forth with both.
Yeah, my winner, one of my winners here in the combine is J.J. McCarthy. Obviously, I think he threw very well. I think there was a couple throws that he had that I think he wishes he had back, and I think he admitted that in the interviews.
I just don't like his face.
Yeah,
he just has I just want to punch him in the mouth.
Face.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He has a douchebag look.
He looks like douchebag.
Yeah. But yeah, so J.J. McCarthy, I think, definitely helped himself throwing the ball. His deep out route that he was throwing,
crazy.
It was a very good ball. I think a lot of people aren't as high on J.J. McCarthy because he was not asked to do much at Michigan. Can he do it? Yes, he can. But did he have to?
Yeah, he didn't have to. I mean, Michigan obviously was the best running team in the league with Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum.
Yeah, I think he
NFL backs.
Yeah, so I think he definitely helped himself the way he threw the ball.
He didn't hurt himself, that's for sure.
No, and I think kind of tying in hand with that, like these people didn't even participate, but Jaden Daniels and Drake May, I think, are losers of the combine. And this is my reason why. I think if you're Drake May, if you're Jaden Daniels, you need to go out there and throw.
Why?
Michael Penix was out there throwing. Did Michael Penix have to throw?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Michael Penix has the best arm in the combine.
It doesn't matter.
Michael Penix has the best arm coming out this year, hands down. Hands down has the best arm coming out. Do I think Michael Penix had to throw? No. Did he? Yes. Did J.J. McCarthy have to throw?
Yeah, but I mean, I'll fight you on this one. What does Jaden Daniels and Drake May have to gain by throwing at the combine? The only thing they can do out there is go out there and blow an arm, or tear an arm, or they can elbow. They tear themselves up.
Jaden Daniels. I don't think anybody knows who the number 2 pick is yet.
It's either Drake May or Jaden Daniels. It's one of the two.
And I think if you're one of those two guys, go out there and compete. Prove that you're the number 2 guy.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't know. I don't like guys not throwing at the combine. I'm not even gonna get started on your fucking diva boy going number 1 to the Bears. I think it's the worst move in Bears history. I think Ryan Poles is going to get fired for this one. I'm just calling this right now. I'm going on the hill.
The more y'all keep hating on him, the more I like him.
Caleb Williams is a bust.
I don't think so.
I 100% agree.
I was on that train early, and now that everybody seems to be on that train, I'm off that train. Fuck it. He's your right.
Nope. Not even fucking letting people see his medicals. Fuck you.
Did you hear why? I love why he said why.
Because, only one team can draft him. Only one team
32
needs
teams don't have a chance to draft me.
Yeah.
Loved it. Love the fucking
He's a fucking clown. But, yeah, I think J.J. McCarthy went out there and proved... And honestly, this is why I think Drake May and Jaden Daniels are losers here. One of them are going to go number 2, right? Williams is 1. Either May or Daniels is going number 2. I don't think New England is taking a quarterback at 3. I don't think... If a guy goes up to trade... They could have saw McCarthy's combine performance. What if people like McCarthy more than Jaden Daniels? I think McCarthy at least put himself in the conversation.
I don't
for the 3rd quarterback off the board.
I don't. I
don't think it happens. But I think he's
conversation for the 4th quarterback. But I
think McCarthy locked himself as the 4th quarterback. I think he put himself in the conversation to be the 3rd quarterback.
I still like Nick's better.
It all depends on who is making the pick. We all know fit is the most important thing.
It is.
And, obviously the Commanders and the Bears, the Broncos, the Raiders, they can all have different fucking opinions on what they like in a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think J.J. McCarthy at least put himself in the conversation at 3 with those guys not throwing. If you're Jaden Daniels, I think you need to go out there and prove that you can throw accurately. But in the same sense, I can see it on the same sense too. Obviously a guy like Caleb Williams isn't going to go out there and throw because he doesn't want to be these guys don't want to be compared to anybody else.
I don't even think it's
side by side comparison.
I don't think it's that, and I think a big part of this too is we got to kind of switch the way we think about the combine as well, because obviously before the NIL, guys were coming in here broke as fuck, trying to make that money. Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams made $12 million last year. Like, it's like I already got some bread.
Right.
I'm all right. I'm not. I don't need to go out here and show you guys some shit when I already know where I'm going. Same with I think the floor for all three of those guys is top 5. I don't think there's a way in hell to get out of the top 5, even if New England doesn't take a quarterback. Somebody's coming to 4 or 5 for one of them, if not both of them. I do think JJ had a good week, played himself into the probably the number 4 quarterback.
Yeah.
I still personally like Nix over him.
I think it all depends on the fit. I know you love Nix to Denver.
I do.
I love.
I like Nix with Sean Payton. I just think
and it's all about the fit. I think either one of them will be happy to go there and learn from Sean Payton. But obviously, J.J. McCarthy, I think, is a winner of mine. I believe that Jaden Daniels and Drake May might, like, one of them might not go 3. It very well could be. There could be 1, 2, and 3. Not positions. I'm talking about quarterbacks taken off the board. I think they're probably the first 3 quarterbacks, but McCarthy at least put himself in the conversation.
I don't think he's in the conversation.
Now, and
he had a good week, but I think he put him in the 4 range. But I don't the top 3. I think were.
And I also mentioned this other guy too. Michael Penix Jr. threw very well as well.
Which
everybody knew Michael Penix Jr. was going to throw well. He throws well, and he went through the medicals.
I think that was the biggest thing.
He proved to these guys like his medicals are good.
Yeah.
His medicals are fine. He's fine. I think Michael Penix Jr. played himself into a first-round pick. I think there might have been talks where he might have slid. I think that's all washed now because of the obviously him in the combine. I think he pretty much squashed all that. I think he's a first-round pick.
I still think there's 6 first-round quarterbacks.
Yeah,
it's a quarterback-needy league, and I see a lot of people saying.
I think Nix is the one that falls if any of them fall.
I don't know if really any of them. None of them are getting out in the first round for me.
I think
even
Nix,
if they fall,
I think there's a chance Nix is the 6th one taken.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't see there's no way in hell these quarterbacks, if you have a high 2nd round grade, just because of positional need or positional value, you're taking that guy in the first round. You're going to trade back up into the first round to get that 5th-year option because it is so fucking valuable, especially at the quarterback price.
And if Nix does fall to the second half of the first round, he's going in the first round.
He's going in the first round. There's 6 quarterbacks going in the first round.
Yeah.
Take it to fucking Vegas. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'll bet a house on it.
So
there's
New
6
England
quarterbacks in the first round.
New England has the 3rd pick in the second round. Are they still picking?
They
value.
They pick 34. They have the 2nd pick.
They have the 2nd pick. Okay, so if New England passes on
if they take Marvin Harrison Jr. and one of them falls, they're 100% trading into
I can
30,
see that.
31, 32, all those guys.
But if I see that, I think Nix is the last one. I think Nix is the guy somebody trades up for in the last.
I think Penix is still the last one.
You think?
I do.
You don't think Nix falls past Denver?
I wouldn't be shocked if Denver came up for McCarthy.
But I think that's what's going to happen.
Would take Nix over McCarthy in that system, but no. I mean,
I like Nix.
Even if they don't, I think Penix is viewed in the NFL circle as the number 6 guy.
Yeah. If I had my choice on quarterback, I want Drake May all day long.
I want Jake Daniels.
I want Drake May. I know Denver's not getting up to get Drake May because I think Drake May's the number 2 guy.
Yeah, he goes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cliff, it wouldn't shock me if
Kingsbury wants Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
If you think if New England's picking 3 and Drake May's on the board, you think Drake May goes to New England?
I don't know, man. I've struggled with this a lot. I've struggled with it a lot. I don't know.
I'm really curious to see what New England's going to do. But, yeah, so...
I'm starting to lean more that they're going to go Marvin Harrison and go to a vet market and maybe come back up into the first round for one of them that falls.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's kind of what I'm leaning towards, but they're a fucking enigma.
Yeah, I can see it. I love Michael Penix there. I think Michael Penix, Bo Nix are both good fits there.
Yeah, I mean, I like Nix. I like the way he operates an offense.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's going off. Two of my winners, obviously McCarthy and Penix Jr. are winners, and I had Daniels and Drake May as losers.
All right,
and I think me and you are both going to agree on one combine winner. It's probably going to be the one.
That's probably my first one. So
yeah. Let's just get that one off the board.
My first one was Max Melton.
Oh, okay. I didn't put him on there, but he obviously
he's an early day 2 pick now.
Yeah,
like he
played himself in probably top 7, top 6 corners.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably the 6th corner off. 6th corner gone.
Yeah, 6 probably.
I mean, both Bama guys: Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean,
Wiggins.
He's probably 6, right?
He's probably 6, 7. You know,
He had a great combine.
Oh, yeah, he had a great combine. He ran well. I think the league kind of missing on his brother a little bit last year helps him.
Yeah.
So, obviously, his brother had a good year with the Packers, but wasn't as highly drafted as he should have been. So I think Max Melton was mine. Watching that combine, I was like, wow, he checked off a lot of boxes for me. He ran really well, looked really well in the drills. I think the brother line does help his storyline. And then for me, going back to that quarterback world, I thought Sam Hartman looked like straight dog shit.
Does everybody remember Sam Hartman from QB1?
I did not. I've not seen QB1.
That was a good show.
I can't.
We had Justin Fields was on there. I think Justin Fields was that season that Hartman was on.
I'm not sure on the seasons that
I
haven't seen
but Spencer Rattler was on there. Justin Fields was on there. Spencer Rattler was another one I thought had a pretty good day.
Yeah, he's definitely been flying up board since the Senior Bowl.
I think he's a day 2 pick now. He's probably a third-round pick.
Taking a third-round pick on him.
100%.
Yeah, I can see that.
100%. A team that's maybe just looking to develop a guy. Obviously, he can be developed. He was what? He was a top 5 recruit coming out of high school.
Yeah, I mean, when he first broke out there, like everybody was talking about him being the next number 1 overall pick. Number 1 overall pick.
He was a lock at a number 1 overall pick for last year's draft.
Yeah,
but a guy, I don't know if any of you guys know who this guy is, but obviously a guy named Caleb Williams comes to town and pretty much runs him out of town.
Yeah, literally ran him out of town. Yeah. Actually, they both ran out of town.
And then he ends up going to South Carolina and actually put up some decent numbers in South Carolina.
Decent at South Carolina. South Carolina obviously plays in the SEC, and they're not really an SEC roster, in my opinion. So
I think Spencer Rattler could be a good NFL quarterback.
I do too. Yeah, I'm not out on him.
And honestly, and this is going to be a hot take, and this is going to piss you off. I think Spencer Rattler has a better chance of being an NFL quarterback than Caleb Williams does.
Yeah, no, you're wrong.
Caleb Williams is going to get the opportunities right away, but I think Spencer Rattler, all in all, has a better career.
You're wrong.
Hot take. I could be completely wrong about that, and Caleb Williams could be a fucking future Hall of Famer.
If Caleb Williams hit, he's the greatest prospect we've
It's not going to. I'm staying on that hill. I'm sorry.
He's boom or bust, but I mean, a lot of the shit that's came out with Caleb has been bullshit and not really real reports, and I think that's a big part of it.
Carl.
I think a lot of it, honestly, is people are trying to drive him down the board,
and
it's not going to work. It's that time of the year where there's fucking
people are going to come out with
there's smear campaigns trying to get guys to drop. Every
year that happens.
It happens.
Remember when Andrew Luck was drafted? There were those people that thought Robert Griffin III should be the first pick.
Yeah, it happens.
Obviously not.
Yeah, it happens every year.
The people, Trevor Lawrence is pick number 1. People thought Zach Wilson should have been number 1.
Zach Wilson's terrible.
Yeah. There you go. If you want to, you do your loser yet?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, my loser. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Sam Hartman was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got off that QB1 conversation.
Yeah, he looked like straight shit. Couldn't complete a pass.
So combine winner. I'm gonna go same neighborhood of what you went. I'm gonna go Quinyon Mitchell. I think Quinyon Mitchell ran really well, but I think his on-the-field drills were a lot better than what he ran.
He's not on mine because
I think you expected him.
Yeah. I literally have a note on him as expected.
Yeah. I mean, I think he ran slower than he should have.
I did think he'd run faster. I mean, he ran fucking 4.33. It's not like he ran slow.
I mean, Nate Wiggins ran a 4.29, which I was very surprised about. I didn't think Nate Wiggins was going.
Yeah, I thought those numbers would be inverted. I thought Quinyon Mitchell would run sub. He ran. Wiggins ran 4.28.
4.28
official. It was 4.29 unofficial.
Yeah.
I thought those numbers would be inverted. I thought Quinyon Mitchell would run sub 4.3 and Wiggins would run low 4.3.
I do think with his on the field drills though, I think Quinyon Mitchell should be the first corner taken.
I wouldn't be surprised if Quinyon Mitchell at his pro day runs sub 4.3 though.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think obviously he wins. His on the field drills
he's good.
Were good. Well, he had a high vertical too, didn't he?
Yes.
Like a 40.5 vertical or something.
I can get you the exact number, but yeah, he jumps well. He's an athlete.
Yeah. And then staying. So obviously, Quinyon Mitchell did really well there in the combine. Staying in the defensive back neighborhood for losers. I think me and you can agree with this one. Who this is going to be? You want to take a guess who it is?
Is it Kalen King?
It is Kalen
King. Kalen King is my number 2. So yeah, Quinyon Mitchell jumped 38.
38.
Yeah,
that's wild. But yeah, Kalen King, I don't think anybody hurt themselves more in the draft.
He's not a corner.
No. He's proven that, I mean, he was slow.
4.67.
He did not look good on the field. Like,
He's
Kalen
bad.
King, at the beginning of this season, before the college football season started, you can pencil him in as a first-round pick.
His
If
2022
Kalen
tape
King,
is good.
yeah, if Kalen King could have came out last year, he would have been a first-round pick.
But my question on that too is, was his tape good because he had Joe Boyer over there?
Probably.
Was it? Yeah. Was he looking good on number 2s? He's not a number 1.
And he wasn't even the best defensive back on his team at the combine this week.
No,
Daquan Hardy had a hell of a day.
Yeah. Speaking of verticals, what did he jump on the vertical?
A lot through the roof.
42.5 or something like that. I think it was.
He ran fast.
Yeah, 42.5. Daquan Hardy jumped.
Yeah, he ran really fast. I think he ran. Did he run sub 4.3, or is he low 4.3s?
He ran really well. It wasn't sub 4.3. No, the only one
He
who
was
ran
low
sub 4.3
4.3s.
was Wiggs.
Wiggs.
He ran 4.38.
4.38,
which was the
so sub 4.4s.
1, 2, 3, 4, fifth fastest.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I think he goes
Better
higher
athlete.
than his teammate now. Yeah.
At least Tess is a better athlete.
Yep. So Kalen King, I think Kalen King is probably the biggest loser of the draft. I mean, I was kind of going a hot take on the combine. I was kind of going a hot take with my first group of Jaden Daniels and Drake May, just because I really I wanted to see him throw. But yeah, I think Kalen King hurt himself more than anybody in the draft.
Yeah, I don't think you got to learn how to play safety, and I don't think he can play safety. So
I think he's out of the league in 3 years.
yeah, he hurt himself for sure. I mean, somebody will take a chance on him. You know,
100%.
Yeah, I don't think he's a day 2 guy now.
No,
I think he's a day 3 guy.
he's an early day 3 guy, 4th, 5th round.
Who was your number 2 winner on that one?
Quinyon Mitchell.
Okay, all right. For me, obviously, we talked about him a little bit earlier, but Xavier Worthy.
That's what I thought you were going to say. the last round.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy obviously breaking the record. I think he ran himself into a day 1 pick.
Yeah. His floor is Kansas City at 32.
Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs pass on him.
No.
Kind of reminds me of Tyreek Hill.
Even though I think the Chiefs should go with a big guy like A.D. Mitchell or Keon Coleman.
I don't know, man.
But
offense looked real good when Tyreek Hill was there.
I think Xavier Worthy might crack the top 20.
That's
If somebody wants a receiver,
I mean, he did put himself in the makings for maybe wide receiver 4.
Yeah.
I still think it's Brian Thomas, but
people remember when John Ross went 12,
yeah,
way higher than anybody thought he was going to go. Dude, you can't teach speed.
I don't like the comparison just because Xavier Worthy is a better receiver.
He's definitely a better receiver.
Yeah, like he's a good. The only question mark with Xavier Worthy is he's only 166, 67 pounds. He's real thin guy, but he can move. He's going to be a great returner. Speaking of great returner, NFL looking to change the rule in that might be a good thing.
Yeah,
so it might add some value to him there as well if it does get approved.
I think kind of going off the Xavier Worthy having a good combine. I think Texas wide receivers had a good combine.
Texas had a good combine.
Yeah, I mean A.D. Mitchell ran a 4.35. I mean that's a good time. And A.D. Mitchell's a big guy. He's go up and get it. Like A.D. Mitchell, I love A.D. Mitchell. A.D. Mitchell to the Chiefs. I love that. Because I think I think he's there at 32 when the Chiefs are going to get somebody. I think Xavier Worthy cracks the top 20 just because of the way he ran.
Yeah.
Somebody runs that fast, you're not going to not go get him.
It's tough to teach speed for sure. Yeah. I think Texas as a whole had a really good combine.
Yeah.
My second loser was Kalen King, but I'll give you my third one then. My only third one here was actually a guy from Texas. I think it was the only guy from Texas that, in my opinion, didn't do as I expected. Not that he had a bad combine. This is probably me splitting hairs a little bit. Was Javonte Sanders, the tight end?
The Texas tight end.
Yeah, he didn't wow me. He didn't run all that great. He ran 4.69. I thought he was going to run faster. Shuttle was he was real slow in the shuttle. It was 4.32 in the shuttle. Both were kind of average to below average in this class, and that was kind of the biggest plus for him was. Everybody was saying he was a physical freak and a freak athlete. I still don't think it impacts his draft stock that much.
Yeah.
The tape is really good on him. He looks really good with the ball. I was just a little disappointed with him. I thought he would be more impressive.
Yeah. I think he definitely played himself probably the tight end 3.
I still think he's 2.
I think Ben Sinnott might have played himself a little higher.
I like Sinnott.
Yeah. Obviously, I think we all know who number 1 is.
Tip Ryman.
Yeah, Tip Ryman.
I love Tip Ryman.
Tip Ryman.
That guy is a
number
fucking
one tight end
dog.
off the board.
Only one that bench pressed.
Yep. Really? I didn't even notice that.
The only one that had a bench press score. Let's put it that way.
Huh.
And he put 28 up.
I don't think Brock Powers did anything, did he?
No, just talked.
Yeah.
Just interviewed.
All right. So that's yours there. So that's it for my individual combine winners. So we pretty much touched on everybody else, but I'll give you some funny ones here. So combine winner, in my opinion, anyone needing an offensive player.
Yeah.
If you have an offensive need on your
especially
team, receivers, offensive line,
offensive line's really
running
good
backs
year.
are played. Had a good combine.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth.
There's not a bell. We were talking about this earlier. Not a bell cow guy, but there's a lot of depth.
There's a lot of depth.
A lot of depth. You're going to find a lot of value in these running backs. Quarterbacks, there's going to potentially be 6 first-round quarterbacks, and you're going to see a decent amount of day 2 quarterbacks. Michael Pratt, Spencer Rattler, Joe Milton. Joe Milton had a fucking cannon for an arm.
He's got a big arm. His mechanics were a little slow for me. But
Joe Milton is going to be a project for somebody, but that dude has an arm better than anybody in the NFL.
Yeah. He's got a big time arm.
He's up there with the Mahomes and Allen arm. I mean, he threw the ball 68 miles an hour. Spencer Rattler looked like a good project. Michael Pratt looks like a good project. Honestly, one of the only quarterbacks I think that didn't have a good day was Sam Hartman. I think every other... Devin Leary looked pretty decent.
Yeah, that's the kid from Western Kentucky, Austin Reed.
Yeah,
he looked decent.
Yeah, they all looked. There wasn't a lot of quarterbacks that looked decent. So, kind of going off of that into a combine loser of mine, our least favorite people on this show, the Carolina Panthers, and I'm going to tell you why they were a combine loser of mine.
Fuck Dave Tepper.
Fuck Dave Tepper. Fuck Dave Tepper. I mean, that's obviously number one. But you took Bryce Young last year at number 1. And gave up your first-round pick for this year. The Panthers have to be pissed off looking at this group of quarterbacks this year.
True.
Looking at C.J. Stroud, looking at Anthony Richardson, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix. All these guys, I think are going to be better than Bryce Young. And I think Bryce Young is a fit problem and...
I don't think it's a fit problem.
Coaching issue, an ownership issue. I think it's just an organizational issue there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had success. Will or would have had success in Carolina. There's the roster is not good.
Yeah,
the offensive line is a problem. If you have no time to throw and you're smacking a mouth every time, I don't give a shit if Peyton Manning would struggle.
They did take a left tackle. Fucking 5th or 6th overall?
Icky, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, you shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, but they were bad. I mean, I will agree with that.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I'm watching these quarterbacks.
Their first pick this year, though.
Who's that?
Carolina.
Oh, to get some picks.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a pick that does historically move. Obviously, you get the end of day 1.
What, 33?
33. Yeah, 33 it is pretty.
Well, at the end of day 1, you got people calling.
There's somebody you have all day to think on it. Yep. Yeah. I do think that they probably moved that for a couple of picks. You're sitting
at 40, 41, and you're like, oh, there's a guy we didn't think was falling out of the first round. Yeah.
So I do think they end up moving that first pick. But I had a couple more guys that I wanted to shout out here for standouts. I got Braden Fisk, the D tackle. I think he played well. I think he's a little older, a little veteran guy. This is a class that just generally is older because of the COVID year. So you're getting a little more 24, 25-year-old guys coming out this year. I thought Cooper Beebe looked really good, the guard from Kansas State. I think he's a day 2 guy now, I think. Yeah. And one guy that I wanted to see more of, and unfortunately he got hurt, was Tyler Owens. I think he's a physical freak. He came 1 inch from breaking the broad jump record. Yeah. And then obviously got hurt in the 40, which I expected him to run pretty well in the 40. So I did want to see a little more out of him, but obviously the broad jump, that translate to explosion. So, I mean, he dropped 12.2 in the broad jump. The only one jumped over 12 foot this year. The record's 12.3. So, shout out to him for obviously, putting a pretty fucking impressive number up there. And then for me, I had one more negative guy here. It was Bucky Irving. I thought he, for being a smaller back, he didn't look real explosive, didn't test well. He ran pretty shitty. The vertical was only 29.5, which I don't like. I mean, he's a smaller guy, but
I think with the group of rookie running backs, he's definitely going to fall himself.
Yeah, he hurt himself.
Yeah, bad.
He hurt himself pretty decent.
Because there was a lot of running backs that had good days.
Yeah.
Like you got, and there's a couple guys like Braylon Allen didn't run, but like he still looked good on the field drills.
Yeah.
Kid from Wisconsin, like
he's a bigger back.
Yeah.
And obviously Bucky, with being a smaller back, you need to show that explosion.
Yeah.
And the speed really wasn't the best. So
yeah. I have one more loser on mine, Cameron Kitchens. I think he definitely showed he's not the best safety in the draft. Tyler Dubin 100% has that like arm.
Didn't run real well. We're going at 4.65.
Yeah.
Broad jump was only 9.2, which shocked me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does. I do think he has good hips.
Yeah.
I do have a.
I think we talked about this earlier in the show. I think the crop of safeties available in free agency, I think that's definitely going to hurt Kitchens.
I do too. I do think Tyler Nubin ran away with safety one.
And if somebody wants a safety in the draft and wants to get him, I mean, obviously they might pick him a little bit earlier because if they have a need for it. But
I still think he goes.
Tyler Nubin's going to be on a rookie deal, so it's a team friendly deal.
Yeah.
Versus paying.
I don't know if either one of them go in the first. Newman would be the only one that can go in the first, I think, in my opinion. Kitchens, I think, is an early day. He's still probably a top 45 guy, top 50 probably.
Kitchens is probably mid-third round. If I had to put him somewhere.
I still think Kitchens goes early day too. I think he goes in the second round. I still think he's a second round guy. I honestly can believe I would probably put money on them both being second round guys.
Yeah.
New would probably be in the top 40, and I don't think Kitchens would be far behind him just because there is really not a ton behind him. Although some of the guys did look decent. Guys I wrote down here a little bit. Nehemiah Prickett, I thought he had a pretty good day. And Josh Newton, a kid out of TCU, I think he had a pretty decent day too in the secondary. Kalen Bullock and Javon Bullard, I think they had solid, decent days.
Yeah.
And I do want to see Sayani Vakai. I want to see him go back to running back.
Yeah.
He's going to go. He could get drafted. That's a guy who's going to do whatever the hell.
Whatever you need him to do.
Yeah. So yeah. I do like him. I think he's a better running back than safety, but
yeah,
runs hard.
Another couple guys I like on there. You said Texas had a good day overall. Their defensive tackles had a damn good day too.
Devondre Sweat had a great day, but not showing up at 4 bills.
Yeah.
I really thought the dude was going to weigh 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 360 something like that.
Yeah, but he run a 5'2"?
He moved
5'2".
Yeah, he moves
5'2", 4".
Moves
for a man that
big
size.
Guy,
yeah. I mean, how Jordan Davis ran what, a 4? Jordan Davis was probably like a 4'8" or 4'9" at 350 pounds.
Yeah, Jordan Davis is a freak.
Yeah,
for sure.
Devondre Sweat's a run stuffer.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be a guy that's going to be an early second round pick.
The only question with him is how many snaps can you get at him at the NFL level?
And that's always hard with those big like Albert Hainsworth type guys, Vince Wilfork type guys.
Yeah, they really are just designed to
They're
stuff
doing
the
one
run.
thing only.
Yeah. He can rust the passer somewhat, but it's tough at that side. I think you might have seen more of that too at Texas. I think they didn't have Byron Murphy, who is more of the pass rush interior guy. But yeah, no, Texas had a great day at the combine, which I'm still salty about. So
yeah, I mean the combine was awesome this year. There was a lot of guys that helped themselves. I think there were a lot more guys that helped themselves than hurt themselves. There wasn't a lot of guys that really hurt themselves.
I mean, the combine, I don't know how much you can really hurt yourself at the combine outside of Kalen King. You fucked up.
Yeah,
you'd have been better off not showing up. One moment I did love too was it Ben Sinnott? And every time he touched the ball, his family were screaming and yelling for him.
I
loved it.
I think so. I didn't get to watch the tight ends. I watched highlights. Of
every time he did any drill or anything like that, you could hear him.
Yeah,
woo!
That's funny.
I loved it.
Yeah, I love it. That's what I mean.
I love letting people in there.
Yeah.
I love that where it used to be a closed event where scouts only. So now they're letting guys in. I think there was like 10,000 fans there pretty much all weekend. So bucket list item going there, check that
out. We should go there next year.
Let's get this shit to take off to where we can go to the Senior Bowl and there next year. We want to travel.
Let's get it. I want to bring something up here too. NFL, make the right decision. Keep the scouting combine in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I don't think it goes anywhere.
Yeah,
it's just a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's great.
And
it's a good location for everybody.
You ever been to Indianapolis?
Yeah.
It's like everything is kind of like right down there. Not the greatest city in the world, but I mean everything is right there. The stadium's pretty cool. I've been to the stadium a couple times, and I was out there last summer.
I did an Annie Ann's store opening there in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah,
downtown Indianapolis. Yep.
Yeah, I caught the Duke National Championship game there back in, what's 2010?
Bucket list of mine, draft, combine, want to go.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Draft, combine, Super Bowl.
Yeah, we should have went to Vegas.
Yeah, we should have.
Missed opportunity.
We a little out of our price point.
yeah. Let's get this shit to take off so we can travel around. I really want to go to the Senior Bowl too, because the Senior Bowl, anybody really can get in that and talk to the players. I think that would be freaking awesome. And I've never been to Mobile, so
yeah, well, fuck it, let's go.
Got good. That'll wrap up our combine recap there. Obviously, we're getting.